¿Qué es la intuición? ¿Cómo se utiliza? ¿Qué efectos tiene en nuestra toma de decisiones? ¿Cómo nos afecta en la empresa? Yo soy Rosa Paulina, bienvenidos a Intuitivo Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this new episode. This is actually the first episode that I'm going to be recording in English. Today, I have a very, very special guest, Linda Ying. How are you, Linda?
Hello, everybody. This is Linda Ying. My Chinese name is Ling Ying. Very interesting topic because in China, we always give a very meaningful meaning for the name. When the parents make a name for me, that means my father want me to make my dream come true. So he make my name like Ling, means everything come true.
Oh, so nice. So you have two names, right? The Chinese
Yeah.
name
And the English name is Linda. Yeah.
Linda. It's so nice to have you here, Linda. So nice. And I'm very grateful for this interview. I just wanted to say, everybody, Linda owns a company, right? The name is Yongkang Neway Industry and Trade Co.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you I do appreciate giving me this opportunity to introduce myself and introduce my company.
Yes. And of course, since I haven't lived your life, right? So who's best to introduce herself than yourself? So tell me, Linda, how did you get to be the CEO and the owner of such a big company?
Frankly, I'm only have one job when I was 20 years old.
Okay.
I was working in one factory, which is making the building material, which is absolutely different business as I did right now. I was working for that factory for 3 years, and I didn't get the sense I expected. So I make decision for myself in that age, when I was 23 years old, and I decided to settle my company. And I was
so
coming
at 23.
Yeah, 23 years old.
Okay. So at 23, you said this is not working, so let's start my own company. Okay, yes. Continue, please.
Actually, can imagine that we meet a lot of challenges and difficulties through the over 23 years of my career. This is my second company. The first company I did is based on my first business, like building materials, the security sims.
Okay.
Actually, the market is brutally different as now. Before, we have more folks like Africa countries and Eastern countries, and we help the people to build a house.
Yes.
And like over 30 years ago, that I met my partner, David. He's the owner for the factory.
Mm-hmm.
He invited me to join the factory because he's good at producing and I'm good at the sales. So we just together and we want to make the business more bigger and make the business more globally sales. After 6 years joining the factory, I become the shareholder.
Wow.
So I also try to making the factory from the quite small. 3 years ago, we only have the factory which is rented and is only around 1,000 square meter.
Okay.
After 30 years, we have two factories, and total now we have 30,000 square meter workshops. And also we have very big sales team in the city center in Yongkang City.
So 30x in space. 30x growth in space, right?
Yes.
Whoa.
Actually, I think it's quite important to insist on something which you want to do from the beginning. This is the key point to reach the target and bring me to this position.
But this is very interesting because in your experience, I've worked in so many different industries and selling different products. So what do you know, or how do you know that you're actually passionate about this particular line of sales, right? Because you started on sales.
Actually, I make my decision to take this kind of business I was doing a lot of the checking online and also checking on stores because I'm traveling a lot, and I have a lot of friends in the world. I didn't even stop my relationship and my communication with my first clients who is keep doing the security and the building materials. Now we should learn from the people, and we learn their experience, and they will share their advice with. I was why I choose this home storage product because I want to create something which is really bring the happiness for the people, for the end users. Will be very interesting then to make our life more easy.
See.
My dream is that when the people get Neway products, they will feel very happy to even assemble my designs, and they will feel, this is amazing, and they like to use my products.
And they
That's
feel
why
more comfortable, right? In our house. I mean, I saw your page. I saw your products. I'm an organizer, so you can imagine how I felt when I looked at your products.
Yes, I'm actually the secret is that I don't like even do the DIY works by myself. I'm very weak of this. So, why I want to make my products easy to assemble because a lot of people, actually the man is, it no need to worry about assembly because it's quite easy for men, but it's not easy for lady. It's just like very, fashion lady.
Yes. Yeah. And it can help you organize and make your home more,
Yeah.
or your house more homey,
Yes, more
right? And
pretty. Yes.
exactly, prettier, more organized, because I actually get that feeling when you get home and things are not the way that you want them to be, and
Yes.
everything is complicated. Nothing, I mean, nothing works in the family dynamics, right? Because you're
Yeah,
angry all the time
yes,
because nothing is in its place. So
yes.
it's really interesting how to go from I mean, construction products to home storage products. But my next question to you, Linda,
Mhm.
because I find your story quite interesting. We're both the same age. You already own a company. You travel around the world,
Mhm. Yeah.
selling around the world. If I'm not mistaken, selling around over 20 million US dollars a year.
Yeah.
How did you? I mean, if I wanted to do that, how do we do it? What are the best decision? What do we need to take into account?
I think during my home business life, I think I will always make a lot of the a suggestion or advice from
Okay.
my friends, for my staffs, and they were always giving me very good advice on their
Okay.
um, personal ideas. But I always prefer to keep my own idea, my own position, my own decision, and I want to follow my heart. And if you want to insist on something or maybe keep to get the project, only the question for me is that what is my final what is the final goals in my inside of my heart, and why I need to get this project.
Wow.
That's the reason I get for this. I met a lot of the challenges, difficulties around me. I never think about. I never quit it. I just keep going. If this project is failed, then go to next. If this client don't want to buy from me, then go to next.
Go to the next one.
If I cannot find the project, cannot find the business for one country, let's go to another 10 countries.
Okay. So never stop.
Yeah, never stop. Yeah,
Never
just keep
stop doing.
improving.
Keep improving. But then you mentioned something that for me it's like mind blowing, because it's actually the topic of the podcast. You mentioned
Yeah.
follow your heart.
Yes.
How do you know when to trust that? I mean, I've been researching intuition in decision making, specifically strategic decision making. I mean, I'm not
Mhm.
talking about the operational ratios or financial ratios. I'm not talking about numbers. I'm talking about big strategic decisions where you need to decide, I don't know, new product, new market,
Mhm.
the decisions that make your business grow. And one of the things that I learned is that intuition plays a very relevant part. Here you're describing intuition as, follow your heart, right? But I mean, many
Yeah.
people would say follow your gut. Some of them actually, they have different expressions for it. But heart, when do you know that your heart's right? Don't you think that sometimes it may be wrong? I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I can say a very brief and simple story happened in my company. It's just
Yes.
like last year in August.
Okay.
We have very, very bad time because
Okay.
we work a lot with the,
Okay.
but in past 3 years, met very, very simple question problems, which is always happen in Chinese suppliers. We get a lot of the stocks, and we have a lot of the shipment which is
Mm-hmm.
quitted by the clients, and we lost a lot. And this is something that is not easy to recover in the
Mm-hmm.
factory. And we cannot fight the workers because they are stay with us for over 20 years, and we just give them job. Thinking about their life is not only about the money.
Mm-hmm.
In August, I have one, actually my friends in Italy, who is working in another company in Mexico for over 70 years. And
Okay.
we have the chance to invite her join Neway.
Mm-hmm.
But at that moment, it's very difficult for me to make a decision that to invite such person. I must pay very high values for this kind of strong guys, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
my parent, my mom, and even my accountants and my staffs, they try to stop me. Is that, Linda? Is it necessary to pay so much to just invite someone
Okay.
as yourself? You can do all the job by yourself. I said,
Okay.
if myself, I can bring my company in this level. So how about if I have 2 or maybe 20 in the future? So what's the result will be? So if I thinking like this way, I will not I will not listen to other advice. I will not be thinking about my darkness. I will not thinking about how much money I'm going to lose. I will be thinking about how much value I going to be taken in the final. Always, I just follow my first decision, and there will be only one decision in my mind every time. Sometimes it's quite important to make very fast and wide decision. And this is the only way to make the company living to a better life and to go the right way always.
Of course. I mean, what amazing story, because I can relate to that. Sometimes that noise, that advice that we may get, that can be
Yeah,
well intentioned, because I do believe it's well intentioned. Sometimes it can be counterproductive for a decision making process, right? So
yeah,
how do we? I mean, and it's a challenge. How do we know when the advice should work as an input for our decisions, and when should we put it aside?
mm-hmm.
And you mentioned here, okay, when we make decisions, we need to be thinking about the value that we're going to create. We cannot be
Yes,
thinking about what are we going to lose or the cost or whatever. But if our strategy is, I mean, it's decided, it's aligned, our objective is very clear, and all our decisions should be aligned towards that, and not
yeah,
necessarily to what you're going to lose. And that's very interesting, because many people would not follow their guts or their hearts
yeah,
because they would fear a
yeah.
loss. Right? And
We
then
don't thinking about the fish. We never thinking about something we were going to lose because we were never lost. There's only way to success. That is to keep going.
keep going and keep going forward,
Yeah, keep
right?
going forward.
Forward and not backwards. It's 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 very relevant, because for strategic decision making processes, there's a
Yeah,
specific framework, or like the latest framework, right, to make the best strategic decisions. one of the main components of that framework is look for advice.
Yeah.
But then what type of advice am I getting? With whom am I talking? How am I going to be sure to get the advice from the people that I'm supposed to be getting the advice from? The best ones. So how do you choose that?
How I choose that? Mm.
Because I know it can be tough. Right now you were mentioning, even my family said,
Yeah.
are you sure? Don't look that way, because and I can't relate to that. And I can't relate to the power of families and the power of society in our decision-making processes. So how do we know whom to listen?
Just trust yourself. I'd like to share my experience actually it's not so good experience in my life. I was mentioned that I was starting my own company like 23 years old. And at that moment, I know that I'm a very quite big ability to do very good sales, but I'm not so good on the how to say for my marriage.
Okay.
I met my permanent husband when I was in 24. That means the 1 year after I settled my company. He's looking for me. We get married just like 3 months when we met each other. And I tried to build the factory together with him and use my own powers. I was getting all the projects and the customer for him. And I was changing my ideas because I don't follow my heart. I think, okay, I'm married with some man and I need to put 100% of myself in that family. Then I quit out and I will stay at home and to try to build my life. But after 5 years, everything changed. I lose my family and I was even cannot see my daughter in that special time. I feel that why I should give up, why I don't insist on my business. So I think it's the only way I can stand up again is I never lose the ability for myself. I never stop the communication with my clients and I never stop to know these words. I think this is the even in that moment, it's not so easy for people to make decision that you just restart, you just give up all the money, you give up all the house, you give everything, and you just want to restart. You just want to build your own life, and it's quite and even it is, I think it's more easy for women to marry with the rich man and just be stay at home and listen to the man and ask for the monies. But actually, for my personality or for my characteristic, it's not easy for me to accept. I like to creating by myself. I like to be independent. I like to be confident. I like to have the respect from people. If someone who is working at home, like a full-time housekeeper, kind of ladies can create anything in the world. Any business is going to be easy if comparing with such kind of life. Isn't it?
Yes, definitely. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but I was really listening to you. What a powerful story, Linda. What a powerful story. I was really listening because I'm also a mother. I also have a family, but I totally relate to this tension between, okay, I could decide just to be and not get involved in this problems and just issues. Then at the same time, if I want to believe in myself, if I want to make a name out of myself, if I want to feel better with myself, right? If I want to trust myself, maybe I need to do more I mean, you mentioned it. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
But it's all past.
Yes, no. I know it's all past. When you're trying to make decisions and you're at this moment, sometimes you may say, okay, I trust myself, I trust my gut, I trust my heart. I know I'm moving forward. I know this is the best decision, but then there are other moments where we don't have that, where we're doubting ourselves, where something happened and then you start listening to people judging you, and then you start thinking about yourself with through the eyes of that specific judgment. Just to be able to move forward and make those decisions, it's not an easy moment. It's moments where we learn so much, and we actually have to find our strength, right, and trust ourselves.
I actually it's also happened on me because I have a lot of friends. Also, I was very close to my family. Also, I'm coming from quite good background. It is very shy for my family to know that I divorced, and they always try to persuade me. Let's keep the relationship with my husband. Why it is necessary to get divorced? They will try to persuade you. This is the life that everyone only have one life, only have one chance. You always keep listening. You never think for yourself. You never listen to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're kind to build the kind of life that is good to should be good to other people. It's not good to yourself. So I think it's quite important and even it's difficult, but it's very, how to say, it's so charming, and so you will see yourself will be so great if you listen to yourself and you are the only thinking. And even like my daughter, it is so hard for women to traveling when you have a kids at home.
Yes.
And you worry so much. If the kids will cry, if the kids will missing mom, and if there's something happened on her, they will have a lot of questions. But I never discuss with my daughter. I have two daughters, and I have two marriage, and I divorced 2 times.
Okay.
But you can still feeling that I'm so happy. I'm not sad.
Of course. No.
I already try myself to build the more healthy marriage and to build a great life for my kids. But in the final, I find the first lesson I can teach my daughter, teach my kids, is that just try to build a life which is best for yourself, and just to follow the dreams. If you have a dream, the dreams cannot be 10 dreams, 100 dreams. It could be only one. Yeah. If you want to make your company bigger, can never go back. The only one way is just going
and keep going up.
Never stop.
Yeah, never stop.
And every time if I have a video, I call my family, I call my mom, call my daughter every day. The first word I was sharing with, I never say, do you miss mommy? Everything is going good with you. I never ask this question. My daughter asked me only one time when I was traveling in 2017. She's quite small at that time. She said, Mom, why my classmates, all the mother, they call them, they take care of the baby. Why you always outside?
Away.
Why you don't stay with me? Because your mom have a big dream. And I need make my dream come true. Then I might be powerful to help you to create your dreams. You have your dreams and I have your dreams. The schooling is your job and my business is my job. At that time, my daughter never asked me such question, and she never cried in front of me. And she's every time when there's some relatives or some friends asking him, where is your mother? And she replies, my mom is going to make her dream come true. So I think this is the more powerful to teach your kids. When she knows she have a very strong mind, mommy, and she will grow up with very strong mind. And she can be very wise and quite, she will always make the wise decisions when she grew up.
If she knows what her dreams are.
She knows.
And if
yes.
she knows, it's because she listens to herself, right? She listens to herself. And that is one practice that not many people do, right? So listen, dream, and eventually all the decisions that you make will lead you to that dream.
Yeah.
Right?
Correctly.
Or at least this is what I got. Oh my God. This is so powerful, Linda. I mean, in Mexico, I don't know how much you know about the Mexican culture. The Mexican culture is also, I think it's very similar to China's. We're a very family based. Women tend to stay at home. Every time less and less, but women tend to stay at home. They even feel guilty if they leave, if they pursue their dreams, if they have very ambitious dreams and they're pursuing them. Many of them will have a lot of guilty feelings, right?
Yeah.
And many people will judge, and that judgment will impact our hearts.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that same way it works in China. I don't know if it's more in Mexico or more in China, but I know that they're very similar cultures. But what you just mentioned before, I think it's very powerful. If you know if you listen to yourself, if you have a very clear image of what your dream is, then there shouldn't be anything to stop you. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, of course. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, everything has challenges, but there shouldn't be anything that stops you.
Yeah.
With your
Definitely.
company, no, definitely. So for your company, where are you taking it from now? Right now, I know that you're just in a specific point already joined forces with another great woman. So where are you taking your company from this point forward?
I think my first achievement I want to put on the top of my dream is that I want to make Neway powerful and famous in home Latin America.
Okay.
Because I love to. I have some friends in Latin America. I like the way they are treating the fans. I like to work with them. The simple work will be quite boring if you are only think about money, you only think about orders. But if you're thinking about, I'm going to work with somebody or to cooperate with somebody who is so frankly, so interesting, then will be very nice to continue your jobs.
Yes. So it's
And
not only about
if we
the
met
numbers.
someone, yes, if we work with someone who have the same idea, same opinion as you, to make the world more easy, to make our life more easy, then you will feel that it's amazing jobs.
Yeah. I mean, I love that idea. Let's face it, many people, and at least in businesses, many people are really focused on the financials, on the numbers, on the growth. But definitely there are other indicators or other factors that impact our business, right?
Yeah.
Working with people that you trust, working with people that's valuable, working with people that can help you grow is definitely one way to go. However, how do you deal with that pressure, right? I mean, because you still need to hit the numbers, you still need to hit the growth, you still need to go forward.
Yeah.
How do we balance those lead and lag indicators to attain, right? To
Yeah.
obtain.
I think myself that every time actually, I will make some time that I don't want to go back to office. Wants to relax. Yeah, still I have some time like this, but I don't make myself return this kind of attitude for a long time. Maybe I will allow me to keep like this for one day, and I allow myself to cry in my house.
Yeah.
It is important. Don't refuse.
Yeah.
You need to have some time. You need the windows to speak out, to be, to be yourself.
Yes.
But just live with passion. You just speak it to yourself. This is something you love, and the love can only lead you to the, and just keep. And also, I like to be, I like creating. I don't want to leading my job, to lead my life for only one way. I want to innovation. I want to keep my company to invest more money on innovations, because innovation make the people different, make something special, make the company special, make the people special. When you try to make something special, then you are really special. You will have no people can can pursue you. You will be only the number one.
Yes. Leading with passion, leading with love. You mentioned something that I believe I think I've never chat with somebody about that before, at least not during this podcast. But you mentioned, okay, I go to my house some days and I cry at my house, and I have to release the emotion, the negative emotion that I may get, right? I mean, or just release it. And one of the things that I learned and I researched is that our decision making processes are very, very influenced by our emotional state. If we are not able to I don't want to say control, but if to manage our emotions and to be healthy and to look at ourselves and uh, um, make sure that we are okay,
Yeah,
then our decision making quality is not going to be the same,
yeah.
and we're not going to lead our business to the same place. Right. So leading with passion, leading with love, but also leading with a clear mind, with a clear heart, where we know what is actually happening and do not have that extra noise that can mislead us. Right.
Yeah. Actually, I'd like to give a very small advice. Then when we
Yes,
have you,
please.
when we have no power, and we need to charge the power, right? Because every day we need to charge our phones. So actually, we need to charge ourselves. Sometimes it can be the kids. When the kids speak with you, "Mom, I love you,"
Yeah.
it's the most powerful word in the world. But when you're very powerless, and when you are very sad, you just try to write down what is important in your life, and what does something make you sad, and you try to see, okay, the things make me sad. It's always useless, and it's just a little. And there's a lot of things that make me happy. So why I need to keep myself so sad just for something which is important, right? I just try to, recover by myself. I don't need other people tell me, Linda, try to be happy, try to be, to think for the good things. The most powerful person is yourself. There's another people inside of yourself. And when you are powerless, just bring the powerful people back and stay with you. Listen to yourself. Talk with yourself. make
Love
decision
with yourself.
yourself.
And love yourself.
And yes, and
And
love
love
yourself.
yourself. I mean, oh my
Yeah.
God.
If you have I trust so much that if you want to love, you want to giving the love to other people, you must love you have the ability for the love. Then you can love other people.
Right. Oh my God, I got a tear over here. Because, I mean, I'm a professor, and when we teach business, we usually say that we build a business to create value. But we relate value with economical value, with money. And
Mhm.
honestly, there are other things that will create value for us also.
Yeah.
We're aiming for an economic value. I'm not saying this is not the aim, and we need to grow and whatever. The people, the passion, the leadership, the trying to make things better for people,
Yeah.
to make people happy, as you were mentioning,
Yeah.
to make people's lives easier with your products and make them feel more comfortable at home. There are other elements that need to be included in the equation. If not, maybe that economical value will not appear. And they may be
Yeah.
even more relevant than the economic value that we can aim for.
Yeah.
So, Linda, honestly, this was a very, very interesting and insightful conversation. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much.
Thank you so much for chatting with me. And I mean, I don't know if you want to leave one final message to the audience.
Okay.
Did you know just one final message?
Yes. There's one very simple sentence, which is always helped me to make the fast and the wise decision, is that if you invest wisely, the payoff will always surprise you. I think this is the best
It's
advice I
amazing.
want to give it to all the ladies.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for listening this episode, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.